Okay, it's not even a big deal. I mean, the world is my oyster here. I can set my shop up however I want. I have lots of options. I just need to get the, let's see, bandsaw over here, and then get the drill press up there. Now I can get the table saw in. If I just, wait. No, wait, no, that's stuck. Let's see. I have to get the, okay, that gives me room to get that there. If I can only get the table saw right where I, okay, I can do this. I just have to think through it. Just have to. Okay, wait. Ugh. Okay, so again, drill press, and then I can get the bandsaw, and now the table saw can go right down. Wait. I give up. Ever heard the expression, well begun is half done? I like that saying, because the first step to avoiding procrastination is to actually take a first step. And really the thing that slows us down more than anything is getting caught into into chasing some ideal, like perfection. There is no such thing. And so the best way to just get anything done is to usually jump right in. But instead, let's take a different look at this problem. Let's look at it from a different perspective. Let's look at it from the position of defending procrastination. Why? Okay, so think about a loan, like you borrow some money. In the case of a loan that accrues interest over time, the best thing that you can do is pay into the loan early, because $1 spent early on in the loan is worth more than $1 spent late in the loan. I'm not sure if you're catching my drift. Okay, let's look at it this way. The decisions that I make here are ultimately going to affect how it's going to turn out. And those decisions are they're more important early on, because each choice that I make will reverberate through time. And let's say I decide to put the lathe table there. Then I'll adapt to that, and all of my subsequent decision making will be affected by that decision. Okay, you're thinking I'm thinking too much into it, but no, this is important. This is how life sculpts us into what we become. Because you can look back over the things that you've done in your life and where you are, where you find yourself, and you can think, how in the world did I get here? What if I would have done something just slightly different? Then I would be surrounded by a completely different set of circumstances. The decisions that we make really are important. Not just an aggregate, but the individual decisions that we make are important for that reason. Bear with me, I'm trying to find a piece of tape. I know I have a box of tape here somewhere. I want to tape over the license plate, just because I'm getting sick of people sending me these bizarre messages that they're so satisfied because they figured out who I am or where I live or whatever. So I'm going to tape up the license plate just to avoid that. See, the nature of a lot of this stuff that the tape's in here somewhere. The nature of my content is to, I guess, challenge people or puzzle people or I try to be clever, so it often begs the question, like, see if you can solve this. And so invariably some of you take that challenge as, see if you can figure out who I am. But who I am is seriously incidental. I'm not that interesting. My history is not that interesting. I've been almost willfully, I've had an almost willfully uneventful life. I seriously can't find my tape. Okay, I have to stop talking and concentrate. I'll be with you in a moment. I did find some Mad magazines, and I do intend to relax and enjoy a nice session of reading Mad and not being disturbed. Okay, so they say that Mad was best when you were a kid. It's because we always bias our own generation. Yeah, I know it's tape, but that's not the tape I'm looking for. It's because we always have a preferential bias for our own generation, right? So we always think that Mad magazine has jumped the shark as soon as we started to become older. In my case, I stopped reading, well, I don't know. To me, Mad seems to have jumped the shark around 2000 when they started to run advertisements, because I thought that having ads it's satire. And satire needs to be completely free from outside influence, and advertisement it just doesn't jibe with that. So did Mad qualitatively jump the shark at that point? Probably not, but I think that they implemented a new variable that I'm just not knowledgeable enough to really dissect it too much. I should probably just stop talking about which I don't really know. I still have to find the tape. Okay, wait. So why isn't it just on that tape holder shelf? Well, very astute of you to mention that. Yeah, I made that tape holder shelf that goes in the wall. It's because of this whole indecision thing. I can't decide how I'm going to arrange my shop, so I'm kind of paralyzed in this like writer's block sort of scenario where I can't make any of the major decisions about where I'm going to hang things. It's just too big. It's overwhelming. So it becomes this box game of shifting things around and not really making any decisions that aren't just entirely tentative. It's every place I put these two things just so that I can use them, but it's just totally temporary. So I had a Chevy car one time, bought it brand new, 5 miles off. It only had 5 miles on the odometer, off the showroom floor. And I had an old work van one time, Dodge. And now, since I have a Ford truck, I wanted to take the logos off and replace them so that it would be just, confusing, because I don't really have brand loyalty of any sort. So that's funny. I ended up not even needing tape anyways. It's so easy to get caught up in details, things that just aren't important. And that's the biggest issue with why this just apprehends all progress. You don't know what a priority is. How do I determine, or how do I define my priorities here? What's the first thing that I need to do? What's the main issue that I need to focus on? From the beginning, I couldn't design it in a way that was conducive to productivity, because as we moved in, that part of the garage was emptied, and I just had to stack stuff there and move this way as I went. And there really was no organization, rhyme, or reason to the way it was thrown here. And then as we had to set up our lives, we had to just pull stuff out. And I just wasn't afforded the luxury of time, at least not enough time, to do it in a way that was logical. So it's a nightmare. And that's why the analogy that I drew was to the gameplay footage that was at the beginning of this video, which, why don't I use a capture software? That's what that TV is for. I have a little device to capture gameplay footage. It's supposed to be easier, but it's not. I have some technical problems, aside from the fact that it's not necessarily a priority to hook that up. But just in general, capturing footage in high definition has been giving me a lot of technical problems. I just can't seem to get the thing hooked up right. If you have advice about this, we can talk specifics down below. But I can't remember what my point was here, so I'm going off track. I'm going to end it here. If you want, I'll just, in the interest of time, I'll just cut it here and then I'll just continue. I'm not really concerned with any sort of continuity or breach of topic. It doesn't matter if I stay on focus or not. This is my second channel, and I hope that you appreciate that. So if you want, I'll stop here, and my main priority will be, let's go take a walk into the woods, and I'll show you some of the ferns. Join me if you want, or if not, see ya.